I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and we were always in transition. We would move like all the time. We never really set roots anywhere until maybe I was in middle school. We kind of bounced back and forth between Marion, Ohio and Columbus, Ohio. But when we finally set roots down, it was near Clintonville, if you're familiar with Columbus, Ohio. And there we lived in these little low-income apartments, but they were actually very nice. And I have very pleasant memories there, and something super special happened there. I met a friend who little did I know would become a lifetime connection, or a divine connection, a lifetime friend. And so that is who this video will be about. There is something to be said about a good friend. I know for myself, I truly cherish the people that I would consider to be my best friends or good friends with me. There's one friend in particular that was there for me at a time in my life when I needed her the most. And I am so grateful for her. I thank God for her because she was exactly what I needed in that moment. And that friend is Valinda. I've known her since I was maybe 11. I met her in the year, I'd say, it was about the year 2000. I was playing outside and I saw her. I'm like, that's a girl. She's my age. And we somehow linked up and immediately just hit it off. And we were fast friends. And it's so funny because our moms ended up becoming best friends for a point in time as well. But I really adore her. There was a time when I was about maybe 15 or 16 when my mother was experiencing some challenges with addiction, and our family was just really going through. And so Valinda knew that I was having a hard time at home and that things were really tough. She reached out to me and she asked her father if I could come and stay with them because she knew everything that I was going through. So from that time, I stayed with them maybe a year or two. And I'll say her dad took me in, and they didn't treat me any different from his other two daughters. He has 3 daughters in total that lived there, and they took me in as one of their own. And I'll say this, at that point, I had never seen a father show his daughter so much love and be such a good, loving father, a supportive father, the way that Greg, her dad, supported her. And I'm actually very, very grateful and thankful for that example because it was something I hadn't experienced in my life. So I think that it takes a really big person to take in some girl, right? He knew my circumstances. He was friends with my mother as well. And so it took a big heart to open your doors, to take in a teenage girl and to feed her, to clothe her, not to ask questions or to make her feel like a burden, but just to know that she needed help and to be there. And so I thank my best friend, Valinda. I thank her dad for being there for me at a time when I was so alone and things were so dark. They were definitely like a beacon of hope for me. And I just appreciate you guys. And I definitely will love you for the rest of my life for that. And one thing I also think about is, not having that father-daughter experience. It takes a big heart and lots of love to be willing to share your dad with me. So Valinda, I really appreciate you for that. And also Vanessa and Vanity, her sisters, they're so beautiful inside and out. We had so much fun in those days. Our days were filled with laughter, with music, with dancing, and there was never a dull moment. So I believe that God will always place the solitary in families. That's what the Bible says. If you're solitary, that means you're alone. And at a time, like I said, at a time when I had no one else, these people were there for me and they became like my family. And for that, I'll cherish them forever. Some of my most fondest memories during this time definitely include times when we would be outside in the summertime. And Valinda's mom, Val, she's awesome too. She would be singing on the karaoke, and my mom would sing karaoke, and we would be dancing and doing videos, eating good food, and just being together as family does. And even though, quite frankly, all of us were really in the struggle at that time, we made the best of the situation and they literally shared their life with me. They opened up and they shared their life with me at a time when I had no one. So I'm grateful for you guys. And I just hope you know that. And I hope that you like this picture of Linda.